Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Monotalk. Where do we start? Seriously, where do we start with Tim Walz, Minnesota, fraud, daycares, and it just leads to probably every state out there. We're talking even in probably in a lot of red states, definitely in the blue states, But this is open to can of worms. You guys all know about Nick Shirley, 23-year-old investigative reporter, journalist, man on the street kind of thing. He's gone into protests. He's done door to doors. He's talked to people on the street, all kinds of stuff. Good kid, you know. There's a bodyguard around him all the time because of all the crazy fucking woke crazy fucks. But there's a piece of this that people are kind of missing. And I wanted to bring this up because I thought it was important to know. Now, if you can't read this, I'm going to read it for you. Only one Minnesota Democratic representative, Melissa Hortman, voted to stop funding fraud-ridden healthcare programs for illegals in Minnesota. She cast the deciding vote against it, then got taken down by Vance Boiter, a self-described ally of Tim Walz, who had previously reappointed Boiter to a state advisory board. What a coincidence in a state where billions of taxpayer dollars have been proven stolen through fraud that Tim Walz runs. And this is the saddest part about this, and I really do hope that Pam can wake the fuck up. I mean, seriously, Pam Bondi, you need to bring hell's fire down from wherever and go after every state. And I know that the FBI are in there locally, and some of the and Kash Patel has been saying that he's going to go out there and do some stuff. Well, good. We want to see prosecutions for sure. Not just the daycare center people, not just the illegal immigrants that are working there, or the people that came in, whatever the case may be. We want to see Tim go down. Because we know he knew. He's posted it everywhere on his social media that he's going to be providing money for this stuff, and da 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 da. And it's just getting fucking crazy. But let's just not talk about this anymore, right? Because I think she has 7 days left until the. And I looked it up on Grok, and it's true. You can look it up on Grok. She has 7 days, Pam Bondi, to not charge the entire J6 Demoncratic Committee with treasonous criminal charges. I mean, like I said, that would be a great betrayal. That would be a super letdown. And it'd be a failure, in my opinion, of the Trump administration. For these people to be set free, this people that put on this giant J6 hoax, 1,600 American citizens were charged with felonies, about that much. 700 plus were imprisoned. Some of them have felonies, and it's ruined their lives. Right? Of course, there were some pardons, but this is just ridiculous. But it's almost like it's a distraction, and people are still saying, I don't see anything happening to the people. I think all the little people, like the low-hanging fruit, has always gone down. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff happening with the list that we really want to see. And what's weird is I deleted the other one. But the list that I really want to see is we want to see Fauci and Bill Gates and Russia collusion and Mar-a-Lago raid, Hunter Biden. We want to see the Stop the Steal raid on Cindy Powell and Giuliani. Everybody wants to see the Epstein clients get arrested, of course. COVID and the vax deaths, of course. Benghazi. The DOGE findings were super revealing. Ukraine impeachment hoax. I mean, there's a list of shit that's just not happening. Right? I don't know if we're ever going to see anything happen with Building 7 of 9/11, which I highly recommend to everybody to go and just look at that. Go to BBC broadcast of Building 7. And what's interesting about that, and the most revealing thing, is somehow they knew 20 minutes before it came down that it was going to come down, because as they were doing a live broadcast in the background, the Solomon Building, which is Building 7, next to the World Trade Centers, which had already come down. This is like 5 hours later, right? 5, 6, 7 hours later. Anyway, a few hours later, they're saying that the Solomon Building was, right now, we're saying that the Solomon Building has come down, and you know, it's really horrific. And in the background, live background with smoke and dust around in the background of their studio, you can see the Solomon Building is still standing. And there's arrows in these videos still pointing, it's still there. But for some reason, they knew before everybody else. I mean, how obvious is that? It was an inside job. Maybe there were some Qatar or Al Qaeda or whatever involved. I mean, it's all this, you know, at that point, basically, our military spending just exponentially jumped by like a third to 2/3. Right? The military industrial complex made a shit ton of money off of that one. Let's just get to the Trump card. You know, not to say, but they're still making a shit ton of money. But now we got fucking, you know, Benghazi and all this shit, and then Tim Walz comes out, and he blames white men for what's happening. This is their go-to. This white man is blaming white men for what's happening, of the fraud and the crap that he allowed and let happen and was a part of. Directly connected, definitely. Right? And it's just fucking crazy. This is just fucking crazy. It's just getting worse. You know, the guy should be in handcuffs. What's interesting is during the 4 years of the illegitimate Biden administration, you'll know that that's the case pretty soon. They were quick to go out after everybody. There was no jury. There was no, judge approved everything immediately. Go after, put these people in jail. Go get Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani. They're still doing the Stop the Steal. Go do Mar-a-Lago and make it look like it was fucking real. It was bullshit. Right? Go do the Comey shit. Do everything. Just go boom. And they sent people out quickly. I mean, within a matter of hours, Trump and Pam, she's just taking her fucking sweet time doing shit. And it's not going to pan out for the midterms. I keep telling people. Allegations aren't going to do shit. You need to get them in trial. You need to prosecute them. You need files. You need them to be sentenced, and then have their picture in cuffs or in their orange suit before the midterms. The optics aren't going to work, because the Demoncratic Party supporters are they're fucking loopy. They're just loopy. I deal with them all the time on Facebook. You know, I have like 3,400 friends. I used to have friends, right? Followers or whatever. But in like 2016 is when I left the Demoncratic Party. And like a ding dong, I went to the Green Party, which was just a fucking nightmare. That is a waste of time for anybody. I'm telling you right now, just a fucking waste of time. And then I started thinking about, why did these people hate Donald Trump? I mean, they loved the guy for decades. He was fucking like gold. Yeah, he had a few bankruptcies, had this, a couple of problems here and there. But he was in the limelight. He had 12 seasons of The Apprentice. 12 seasons. And he was on Oprah, he was on The View, he was on Late Night, he was just, America's boy. And then as soon as he put his name in the hat to run for president, they go, nope, you're not a part of the establishment, bro. That's not a good idea. You're not a part of the duopoly. You're not a part of the deep state. We can't let that happen. So they started slamming him. Just hardcore slam. Well, he won 2016. He was even surprised it fucking happened. I remember watching it. right? I remember watching it. When he comes out, he's like, what the fuck just happened? By pretty considerable amount. All right, you got to hear this fucking dickhead. Tampon Tim, right? This is Tampon Tim. He's gonna tell you what's going on and why there's fraud. He's gonna tell you why there's fraud. Here's why there's fraud in Minnesota.
To maybe educate their population, because I think what you're seeing here is there's secondary victims in this, that there's providers inside the community that are then victimizing the community themselves by signing them up, because when we're going to some of these people, they're like, I had no idea I was in this program. So I think it's asking us then, for every crime, which of course the majority being committed by white men, asking us to do more about that. I think it's crime in general. And I think the biggest thing on this is just making sure that we're educating the population. And again, this is 80 people or so that have been convicted in this, maybe some more in that, out of a broader ring. So. Medicaid fraud will stretch across all racial demographics, all ethnic groups. So I think it's really important for us to note each community's got this in their own midst, but to blame them and say that they should have been responsible for stopping it, I think that's a pretty hard reach. I think we continue to educate folks about.
So it's just, we just need to educate people and not put him in jail. This is what he's saying. He is saying to not do anything and just educate them. You know what? Bad boy. We're just going to educate you and send you back on your way to do more fraud. Well, that's not going to work, because what Nick Shirley basically has done is open up Pandora's box of the Demoncratic Party and a few Repiglicans, I'm sure. Right? So this girl, who I just adore, she's in Hawaii. Where did is it right here? That's right. Let me see if I can, here we go. Come on now.
Dozens of others have been federally charged. Additional cases involve Medicaid fraud tied to autism services, school meal fraud, and other social service programs, adding up to hundreds of millions of dollars already charged, with investigators warning the total exposure could reach into the multi-billions. These huge scandals have been directly tied to the immigrant Somali population, who have learned how to work the system and work with the government to scam the American people.
It wasn't
See, this is how it works.
That's...
Government allocates large sums of money quickly, often during emergencies. That money is routed through nonprofits, and they're trusted to self-report. Oversight is delayed, audits come late, if they come at all. Then the pipeline breaks down. Taxpayer money doesn't serve citizens, and then it serves the networks. That's the government nonprofit laundering loop, and it doesn't just happen in Minnesota. In the next video, we're going to dive in and really investigate and expose the nonprofits here in Hawaii that have been doing the very same thing. Hawaii has lived through consequences of policy-driven population shifts before and after the overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom. Powerful interests reshaped Hawaii by importing labor populations, not for representation, but control over.
She's very non-biased. She shits on everybody, but in a good way. Tamara Leah Fitness. I don't know her full name. But she's really good at what she does. She brings the information out really well. All right, so now we're going to go to... There's some... It's just fucking crazy, man. Did I save it? I think I saved it. Hang on. Oh, this is alarming news. While this is happening, this foreign fraud, the Senate, which is run by the Republicans, is about to pass a bill to pay for more refugees. $5,691,000 and $33,000. Okay. These refugees will live in your neighborhood, not the neighborhoods of the senators who are using your money to bring them in. Holy shit. This is really, that's really happening. And then you got to watch this, because this is part of it. World Economic Forum, they're at it again.
In regard to what we're just talking about now, COPA, how wrong can a person be or a body of a government be when we start to take the individual rights away from the homeowner, whether it's a 2-family house, 3-family house, 4-family house, what does it matter? The fact is the person owns the home. They have the right to sell the home to whomever they please. The idea that we have to consult with the building department and give a 6-month period of time for someone else to make an offer is absolutely outrageous. And to say it's government overreach is 100% true. Mm-hmm. This is absolutely maniacal. I do not understand how this body works when it comes to individual citizens of this city.
All right, so this is interesting. The New York passes the so-called COPA Act, a law that would force homeowners to offer their property to the government or NGOs before they can sell it freely. Isn't that crazy? That's exactly... New York is, and California and the blue states, they're so in line with exactly what the World Economic Forum wants, exactly what Chatham House wants, exactly what the World Health Organization wants, and exactly what these giant NGOs want, what these entities want, is they want, it's called corporate governance. It's all over their website. I brought this up for fucking five years now. One of the city's councilwomen blew the whistle. Councilwoman Vicky Palladino didn't mince words. She flat out warned that this is theft by policy. She called it a ridiculous and shameful, and she's right. Her message was crystal clear. If you own a home, whether it's a 2-family, 3-family, or 4-family, it's your property. Pretty simple, right? You earned it. You own it. You should be able to sell it to whoever you choose. Instead, this is called the COPA Act, law forces homeowners to go through the city bureaucracy, wait for 6 months, give nonprofits first dibs. In other words, you're going to give the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation first dibs. You're going to give the Obama Foundation first dibs. You're going to give BlackRock first dibs, in a sense, right? And ask permission to sell what they already own. That's not regulation. That's government overreach. It's actually called corporate governance, and it's all over the website of the World Economic Forum. Probably to call it exactly what it is, maniacal. Perfect word for everything that the Demoncratic Party is doing, and a few Repiglicans, is maniacal. It's maniacal, which is just completely criminal, evil of all crap. You know, I love that word. I'm going to start using it. I want to make sure I get the correct definition here. I know it's terrible. It's not good. Maniacal meaning. Yeah, exhibiting extremely wild and violent behavior. Suffering from, they're violent. This is a violent takeover of everything, and they're allowing it to happen. Right? The communists are coming, and this is not a joke. This is real. I used to think the whole communist thing was just kind of what they used to use the word just to. But once you start to understand what they're really doing, they're being controlled by a handful of people at the very, very top of the totem pole, like beyond what you would know. They have money and power, and they've got it all through these programs, and it all gets sifted through, and they keep their pedophile, freaking sick, crazy, wacko, woke, trans, cross-dressing fuckhead dick fucks, right? And that group of delusional, deranged Demoncrats in line. They keep them going. They make sure that they're soldiers, right? And this is part of it. And California's, the blue states are just riddled, infested, plagued with these people, right? She said no homeowner will work their entire life to buy a property should be told they must offer it to a nonprofit first, while their neighborhood across the street could have bought it outright. Her closing line hit hard. Everyone supporting this should be embarrassed. This isn't house policy. This is government inserted itself between you and your property. If this can do it in New York, they can try it anywhere. Yeah, this is crazy. And of course, who do you think are doing all this? Yeah, the Demoncrats, for sure. They're right in line with corporate governance. They're right in line with DEI. They're right in line with all this crazy shit for them to basically take over everything. Look at this. I got some people still saying do nothing administrate. Yeah, that's true, bro. All right. And here he is, Nick Shirley. All right. 23-year-old kid. Oh, can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. All right. Good. 23-year-old kid who, with a cell phone camera, he's got a little crew now, may have just uncovered a $1 trillion money laundering scandal run by illegal aliens. No. See, this is where you guys get it wrong. They don't have the ability or the wherewithal or the corporate knowledge and the financial knowledge to pull this kind of shit off. This is government shit. This is totally white collar. Those puppets will go down, right? But the white collar puppets are the people we need to go after. We're talking state senators, state house representatives, governors, mayors in certain states. The low-hanging fruit is going to be easy. They're there, but that could be a good thing if they start to interrogate them or question them and say, "Hey, man, look, you're in a bad position here. I'm sure, and you don't seem like the kind of person that really wanted this to happen, and maybe you do like driving a Rolls Royce from a daycare center with no kids in it, with no kids at the daycare. But if you want your life back, and if you want to be deported, or if you want to be a citizen, whatever the case may be, you need to work with us." And that's it. And then they can start going up the chain of command for to whoever they were answering to. And they can start chipping away at the top. That's what it's called. And this is nationwide. Yeah. Wrong pipe. Democrats allow third world illegals to scam our government. No. It's not. It's not a person that crossed the border. A pair of slippers. For fuck's sakes. They are just the pawns in a larger NGO, WEF / operation. Orchestrated. I'm telling you, this is it. There's no two P's in operation. Operation orchestrated. Okay. Why am I not getting that? You're kidding me. It's E. Fuck, it's dumb shit. Orchestrated I don't want to say it. White collar financially literate executive. Type individuals. Yeah, it's not somebody they. It's government. Type individuals. It's not a person that crossed the border in a pair of slippers, for fuck's sakes. They are just the pawns in a larger and governmental operation orchestrated by government, white-collar, financial, literate, executive types individuals. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck just happened? Hold on. Fucking True Social is a bitch to work with, I'm telling you. You gotta be careful. Alright, and then we're going to put this here on this one too. He doesn't get it. Is that the same one? Alright. Okay. FBI needs to interrogate. I'm not going to say interrogate. Question hanging fruit to get to the actual planners. Crats, possibly a few Repiglicans. Alright, so that's that. That's pretty much it. Oh, I gotta play this before you go. Hang on, this is important. Where is he? This is a good one. Let me just make sure I'm at this spot. This guy does. I'll leave you with this here. This is good. It makes sense. This guy is just an amazing comedian.
All right, let me get this straight. So I'm an American. I'm born here. I'm raised here. I fight for this country. I stand up for this country. I speak the language. I was indoctrinated as a kid. Since I was a child, being told, I'm the problem because I'm a white. I'm the problem because I'm a man. I'm the problem because I'm straight. I'm losing work. I'm getting fired for not getting a forced vaccine. I fight for that. I'm called a far-right extremist, terrorist. I lose friends. I lose family. I lose money. I get fired for being white. Yes, I have the receipts. Emails, tape recordings saying, we don't want you because you're white. It's really not a good look right now. But you can be an illegal immigrant, sneak over the border, come into this country, start fake daycares in Minnesota, fake healthcare companies, get millions, if not billions of dollars funded by the taxpayers. You don't have to speak the language. You can hate America. You can hate white people, and you get off scot-fucking-free. Enough of this bullshit. Enough. You either stand up for it or we're going to lose our goddamn country. You know George Washington started a war because they taxed his tea 3%. People running 3%. Out into a field in the middle of the winter, no coats, no shoes, getting cannons, bodies blown off, heads ripped off, friends, brothers dying. All to fight for the freedom of this country and lower taxes. It's enough. Enough. Also, I am starting a daycare in Minnesota. And I'm just raising money. I'm trying to raise $5 million by tomorrow morning, for these kids. The kids are going to die if they don't have a place. It's cold out, so they need the daycare. And so that's what I'm working on now. And you can go to my website, tylerfisher.com. It's very important. Okay, thank you very much. No more questions. No, sorry. No questions. No questions.
Yeah, sure. I saw that. Thanks for being here, by the way. So after the raids, after Shirley, what they did is they had televised, filmed cameras of kids being trucked in, basically. And I've got that information. Where is it? Right? So there's the big scam. Where's the trucking in? I think I had it here. Hang on. Oh, there's Mark Zuckerberg. On his bazillion. Look at that fucking yacht. You guys see that? That's like that's bigger than that's like 2 football fields. It's like easily, yeah, that's a 2 football field. Yeah, that's Mark Zuckerberg's yacht. And he's bitching about climate change, of course. Where is that one that American People Lecture Traffic Policy? Anna Paulina Luna, super hot and fucking smart. Look at that. There's me, one of my posts. I have it in here. Where did it go? All right, let's go to alerts. What's going on here? Some people, statute of limitations. Yeah, I got a yes on that. Usually if somebody's messaging me, it's some prostitute or some AI prostitute or somebody trying to get me into Bitcoin or some kind of QFX or something or day trading. It's just fucking out of control. Where is this thing I fucking posted? It's showing. Let me see. Oh, breaking it after millions of fraud were exposed to Somali-run daycare centers and Minnesota, similar red flag. Yeah, there's a lot of red flags. This is all over the place. And Donald Trump posted this. Can you guys see it? No. Here you go. What you got there, Donnie? Donald Trump for president, what's that? After millions in fraud were exposed at Somalia-run care centers in Minnesota, similar red flags are now emerging in Washington state, where 539, roughly 5,000 licensed care centers are Somalian-run, most of which have no physical address. So this is everywhere. And it's not just Somalis. It's there's fucking everywhere. It's just a bunch of fucking people. This guy actually did this. You got to watch this. This was like ready. In 2024.
Where are you going, Tim? All right, ready. Whoa, wait a minute.
Where you going, Tim? Oh yeah, great. Get that flag out of here. Bring in the new state flag. Oh, that's quite an ugly flag there, Tim.
That's the Somalian flag.
There, that's better.
I can't believe Tim Walz replaced the state flag with a Somalian one. False! Tim Walz didn't pick Minnesota's new flag, and its designer said it wasn't inspired by Somalia's. Yeah, the fact checkers were all over this one when it seemed it might hurt Tim Walz's chances of becoming vice.
Yeah, so that was real. It wasn't false. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's just so much of this shit. It's crazy. Oh, this is a good one. Democrats hired 87,000 more IRS agents to go out. And this is during the illegitimate Biden administration. Democrats hired 87,000 more IRS agents to go after Americans while they imported third world immigrants to steal billions from the American tax. That's it. This whole thing should piss you. It's just going to blow up. It's going to fucking blow up. And here's a woman in Ohio saying the same thing. She's saying right here, she's going, women asked Nick Shirley to come out. This is going to be in every state. This is everywhere, not just Somalians. I'm sure that there are people from El Salvador and different countries, possibly even China, who fucking knows. All kinds of these non-profit 501(c)(3)s that were created and developed during COVID and throughout the illegitimate Biden administration years. There's a ton of it. And I knew that money was out there. I knew they were sending it. I mean, a lot of the Biden administration can't account for like $2.3 trillion. They don't even know where it's at. Remember the Pentagon? We can't find money that we have, billions, trillions of dollars. We don't know where it's at. We can't do an audit. We don't know where money is. Yeah, it's crazy. There's so much to unpack with that fucking. Oh, this is good. This is good. Liberals say not being fat is a privilege. Okay. And of course, Ashley Babbitt, and I keep talking about that, of course. Bill Gates wants you to take more vaccines. Where the fuck is this? Yeah, here's some more of that information with other states. Right here. It's just nuts, man. It's just fucking out of control. It's going to get worse. But the J6 committee is going to run free. Right? They're going to just be free as birds, going away. Nothing to see here. I want to find that picture that I had because it was a good picture. All right, I just like watching this chick. She looks like somebody
I don't think that the American people want to go through another bogus impeachment,
Right.
but I
Almost
also know that
identical.
I've heard it directly from many Democrats that have gone on CNN or MSNBC and said that that's what they intend to do if Hakeem Jeffries does become Speaker.
The
Not to mention
accent's
they're just going
different,
to obstruct. And part of the reason why the
definitely.
American people wanted a change and why they did not vote for Kamala Harris, and as Tommy had pointed out, why we won by such a big margin this past election cycle is because of the fact that they wanted President Trump's policies to be fulfilled. And so all we have to do is remind the American people exactly what they are going to do if the Democrats regain control, and also to what we've done for the American people. So remember, that big, beautiful bill, there was a lot of good tax incentives there for the American people. There's a ton that we're still going to do, and I think one of the biggest winning issues will be if a Republican Congress can codify President Trump's executive order on capping prescription prices, which I'm hopeful that they will do. If that happens, the midterms are with us. The winds are in our sail, and we win, and we can continue on bringing prosperity to Americans.
Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, thank you so much for joining.
When I was listening to her, I'm sorry, it just was blah, 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 and I'm just like, oh, she's just mesmerizing. Mesmerizing. Reminds me of somebody I used to know. All right, here we go. Corruption, yeah, lots of breaking news. Minnesota Michael Human is calling Hennepin County Judge Sarah West to unseal the documents in the case where she overturned a jury's guilty verdict. Yeah, and that's everywhere. This is rampant. And this actually happened. Minnesota Democrat state legislator Melissa Hartman, it wasn't Hortman, it's Hartman, likely died for being courageous. Her legacy now is to be remembered for her courage. This is what I talked about over this girl. And this is what she said.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and
She really went against the grain, but she knew what was going on.
I know that people will be
You guys
hurt
understand
by
what's
that
happening?
vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision. I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
I think it's important to know, and a lot of people don't understand this part of city, state, county, and federal politics. There are some maniacal, I love that word, vicious criminals that will smile right in front of your face, promise you the world. Jim Justice comes to my head for some reason. God, guys, fuck. I mean, if there's one reason I would go to West Virginia, would be to take that fucker down. I mean, not physically, but just kick him out of, God, the guy's such a piece of shit. And his damn fucking dog. But I will tell you right now, she was fearing for her life. Right? And rightfully so, they fucking killed her. Okay? After she made that. Oh, and then now Australia wants a new world order, of course. All right, that's going to just keep going there. This is insane. Insano. The IRS now confirmed Gavin Newsom is running what looks like a straight-up criminal operation. Spencer Pratt sat down with the IRS criminal investigators after discovering that $800 million raised through fire aid for Pacific Palisades, remember that fire just about a year ago, was diverted. Or I don't even have to read the rest of it. It's just fucking there. It's all there. Watch the so-called allies of President vote for continuing business. Yeah, I'm glad you guys brought this up. Because fraudsters want to kill him for telling the truth. Yeah. Nick Shirley's going to be a big name. He's going to go on to do big things, of course. And there's Donald Trump Jr., who just Senate passed the legislation. Fuck no. I can't believe that's even on the table. Isn't that crazy? What are Republicans doing about it? Yeah, James Woods is great to watch. He's an actor. He's been in a lot of movies. The Somali community came to Minnesota and discovered American politicians who were willing to partner with them to rob American No, what the fuck? No, it's everybody thinks they're the ones. No, it's not a person that fucking and what that is. It's almost like they're setting it up just to go after the illegal immigrants or the Somalians, but there's going to be ties. No, this is a white-collar financial crime, for God's sakes. Right? No, they're smart. I know they're smart. They probably know calculus and other things, but this is a different kind of level of money laundering. Crazy. Slap in the face to every American. Oh, this guy, I watch this guy all the time. This is good.
Right now, I'm telling everybody right now, you might be offended watching this video, but I don't give a damn, okay? So, I want to know, somebody got some explaining to do, okay? We got so many veterans who can't even get a small business loan. We got so many Americans who were born in this country can't even get a small business loan. They can't even get a business grant. They can't get no money from the government at all. And then these dirty ass Somalians come over here. Okay, not all
it wasn't them, bro.
But the one.
Yeah, see, I'm posting that over and over because they were just the pawns. The money's going up the chain of command. It's how it always works. It's a mafia-style situation. That's basically what it is. The mayor of an American city waving the flag of a foreign country on American soil. Oh, there you go. What's wrong with that? No, that's not American. What are you talking about? No. He needs to support the country he is fortunate enough to be a mayor in. And he's probably going to get investigated too. We won't let Ohio become Minnesota. That's too late. Too late, buddy. Too late for that. Fucking duh. It's everywhere, bro. Alex Jones reveals Trump's fatal blind spots. A.G. Pam Bondi is not a warrior. Catastrophes wannabe Hollywood star. Oh, I gotta see this. Really? Because you just shit on Candace Owens, which she still has had a great case. Executive Alex Jones reveals Trump's fatal blind spots. A.G. Pam Bondi, Dan Bernardino, too late, an hour short. Todd Blanchett is on record sabotaging everything. There are yes men surrounding him in D.C. Duh, I've been saying that forever. The Democrats are going to indict him and his entire family if he doesn't prosecute deep state criminals. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, for sure. For sure. I totally agree with that, bro. I totally agree with that. And the reason why I'm going to agree with that, because I'm going to tell you right now. What am I looking for here? Where is that picture? All right, it's right here. Okay. And we'll put that in there too. And why not put this one in here as well? Where is it? No, right, no. That's good enough. Yeah, I agree. I want to, I'm with them on that. It's getting kind of pathetic, Pam. If you're going to wait till the midterms, you're going to wait in a couple of months, it's going to be too late. The optics, like I said, is going to be stupid. Elon Musk to say Barack Hussein Obama imported Somalians and other third world migrants in specific locations in order to ensure this is it. That proves my point. This totally proves my point. Yeah, Kingpin. This guy had this guy. Oh my God, I am so mad at myself for fucking giving my buddy Mark shit when I was a Democrat, because he knew this guy was just bullshit. And look, here we go. Now they're taking over everywhere and shooting and killing people. Dr. Francis Collins, executive director of Fauci Superiors, and confronted on the COVID-19 vaccine injuries. Yeah, this guy is just death. Look at his wife. She's just scared shitless. You, Ralph Barrett, and Tony Fauci deserve to be in prison for the rest of your lives. You have so much blood on your hands. Fuck yeah, they do. Fuck yeah, they do. But like I always keep saying, nobody wants to know this, and I've got to put this up before I leave. Because you don't know who's got this or who's really fucked. Right? And you can't go over that. You can't go after this guy unless you prove unequivocally that he's done it. As long as the Twin Cities metro area outnumber those of us in the state, will end up with Democrats in the government. I live in the Soviet socialist state of Minneapolis. Oh, shit. That's crazy. I live in the Soviet... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Or girl. Or Ivan. Guy. Yeah. Yeah, good. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and I keep bringing this up and this is probably the biggest thing that everybody needs to be asking for, but I mean, is it just me that seems like I'm the genius here? Because I fucking am. And here's why. You know, I'm not smart on a lot of things. You know, I'm not good with a lot of things. You know, I'm not. But when it comes to stuff that the hunches that I get and the information that I process and connecting the dots, we must know. And the question no one is asking, is there a medical procedure or a test that a person could take that would indicate or detect if they have any type of the COVID mRNA vaccine in their blood system or anything? A saliva test, a blood test. Again, we need to have that information. I want to take it. Don't you want to take it? What if you've been taking, you're on your third booster, and then all of a sudden you find out unequivocally by 99.9% that you never took it, and it's just been saline, or maybe it's been B12, or maybe your doctor is just using the regular flu shot that the Johnson & Johnson had, in which they tried to get rid of, so they can bring in the fucking bullshit. But anyway, I'm going to just say it this. We need to know all the sports figures, celebrities, politicians, officials, scientists that were doing these they were dancing in the fucking hospitals and taking shots and all this other stuff. I want to know if they had it. I want to know for sure if they had it. I would say I bet you they have. I really don't think Trump's had it, to be honest with you. Right? I took it. Oh yeah, I took it. Him and Bill O'Reilly. And that one, oh man, that was just pissing me off. Take the vaccine, it works. Yeah, I don't know if you really took it. I'd like to know, bro. I would really like to know if you've taken the mRNA COVID vaccine. I would really like to know. And we need to do that. So I'm going to put a little more effort in finding somebody that can explain how to do it, where to do it. I've asked Dr. Shiva, and for some reason, I've asked Dr. Shiva, who I think is pretty smart, but there's something about him that kind of doesn't put me the wrong way, but makes me a little suspicious. I'm not going to say sus. I don't fucking like using that word. But I believe what he does is he loves to get the group behind him and what he's moving or displaying or whatever. He likes the support. People love support. I get it. I don't need it, honestly. You can tell. I've got, 30-something views. I might get 1,000 views one day off of a short thing that I'm saying. It's not a big deal. This is my documentaries, just to let people know kind of what's going on in the world and my perspective, my theories, and just information that I think is pertinent to you as an American citizen and hopefully to the world. But in regards to this, we need to know, and Dr. Shiva could probably create something, but for some reason he doesn't. And I've approached him on this, and I've actually asked him, and he just doesn't, nothing. So if there's somebody out there that knows Dr. Shiva, if he creates the test, it is the test. And once that test comes out, people are going to panic. Those that know they've been lying about it. And then those that actually don't have it, that are like, wait a second, I took no, you didn't. Right? And then there's going to be people that are probably already gone or not here anymore that have had too many of these things. And many that are just extremely sick and ill from taking that crap. It just destroys your immune system. It destroys your just everything. I mean, I've got people around me that I've known. There's this one lady I know very close. She's just shriveling up. I mean, it's just bad. I can't even, but they keep throwing the pharmaceuticals. No, just take this and take this and take this. I got a guy at work that, he's overweight. He eats like shit. But they keep saying, oh, just take this pill and take this pill and take this pill. Oh, this is ridiculous. And then the food, the processed food, don't even get me started. I'm actually writing a letter to, hopefully a decent letter to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., HSS, and all the directors and a few other people in regards to this new healthcare system, the rural America transition, something like that, which I think is important. But if they do it correct, then they're going to save some money down the road. And I want them to think in that direction, hopefully. Anyway, this is James with Wanna Talk. Thank you for being here. I'm going to get a big aloha and a shout out to Cheryl. Thank you for being here. Ivan, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Yes, this guy right here. Collins, Francis Collins, needs to be in prison. I mean, hopefully that'll happen, but we'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of things that just still aren't happening out there with Pam, and a lot of us are just really. It's not frustrated. We're getting pissed off now. I think the frustration is gone. The belief that something's actually going to happen is totally gone. So now we're just pissed. It's like Trump either let her unleash her if she's capable and able to do it or not. But I just don't see the warrior in her. I mean, she talks kind of like she is, but I just think that position was a little far over her head, right? Like she doesn't have the, I could definitely see Matt Gaetz doing it, right? And I think, what do they want to use? Trey Gowdy now or something? Anyway, aloha, everybody. Thank you for being here. This is James with Wanna Talk. Take care. Mahalo.